rotation-proof Bloomborough ready facts within today's video. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're having a magical day. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. My name is Hello Good Game, and I'm pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena Deck Guide video, breaking down our new Naya artifact deck list. This is a red, white, and green mid-range slash aggro build, if you get lucky, in which we will be breaking the deck list down in depth. Of course, to start the video, discussing these strategies and synergies, providing you with a deeper understanding of how to pilot this deck effectively, demonstrating this, of course, after in our ranked gameplay footage against the best decks and players in-game, one of the best matches I think I've ever had, which is super exciting. And of course, wrapping up with our concluding thoughts, deck review, and channel news. If you want to help out, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, join the community Discord, come say hello. Links for everything in the description below. Cheers, have a magical day, kick back, relax, and let's take a look at the new deck.
It's a new lap record!
He's been cooking. Oh, in a good way, if I'm being unclear. Naya artifacts. I don't really see any artifacts here, HGG. What's going on? You trying to pull a fast one on us? No. Settle down, settle down. Primary, we're building around, this is kind of like our cornerstone card here. Anim, Pakal, Thousandth Moon, 3 mana, 1 power, 2 toughness. Whenever you attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anim, and then create X 1/1 colorless gnomes that are tapped and attacking, where X is the number of +1 counters on the moon, which is great, right? So we want to, within this deck, get a bunch of counters on the moon, which is going to make a bunch of gnome artifacts, right? And this is where the artifacts are coming from in the deck. Okay, so settle down, settle down. On that note, we also have Nalaar, Council of Revival for 2 mana as a 2/3. Thopters you control have haste. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. But whenever you play a land or cast a card from exile, you will create a 1/1, and that's fantastic. It is a Thopter. Again, an artifact creature token alongside an Pakal. So, that's kind of our focus there, is creating, these tokens that are also creatures and can put in damage, okay? On that note, we are blending in Yotian Dissident for 2 mana as a 1/1, and whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. I wonder where those +1/+1 counters will go. On the moon, and then next time it triggers... even more so. Furthermore, Annie joins up for 4 mana, legendary enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And then if a triggered ability of a legendary trigger creature you control will trigger it, it will do so an additional time, which is pretty cool, right? So that's double Anims. That's double Nalaars, which is great. And, moving away from that, it's double Intis. Inti will, supply +1/+1 counters, but also trample, which is really good. So whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature. It's going to also gain trample until the end of turn. Make sure you're manually ordering these, because you want to put Inti on top of that stack. It'll go the other way around automatically. So that's in your options, and manually order your stack, right? So that's great. It's going to push up Inti, giving you an extra gnome. It's also going to give you access to a card, which is great, from exile. And now when we're casting cards from exile, that's going to trigger Nalaar. So it all goes around, which is quite nice within itself. Building off of that, right, we kind of have 2 different synergies here, Thousandth Moon and Nalaar. Nalaar is great with things like Questing Druid, the Seek the Beast for 2 instant speed as the adventurer, exiling the top 2 cards of your library until the end of your next end step. You may play those cards, which is great. They're going to be from exile, which is cool. So card advantage while, making those tokens. simultaneously. And then, you know, as a 1/1, whenever you cast a non-green spell, put a +1/+1 counter on it, which is great. You know, it's going to get bigger and badder as the match goes on. On that note, you know, we're going to talk about, you know, maybe something that goes with the whole deck here first. Maybe I jumped the gun there, but this is really good with Nalaar, right? The Teething Wurmlet for 1 mana is a 1/1. It has Death Touch if you have 3 artifacts in play, which is not hard for us. And whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, gain 1 life. If it's the first time, each turn put a +1/+1 counter on it, which is great. So, you know, this is going to grow as the game goes on as well, and will supply us with a massive amount of life gain, which we really, really like, right? And then, you know, we're also going to be incorporating within not only the Anim Pakal line, but also the Nalaar is Rocco Street Chef. 3 mana, 2/4. At the beginning of your end step, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until your next end step, each player may play that card exiled this way. And then whenever a player casts a land or spell from exile, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, and create a food token. That food token is an artifact that's going to trigger the Dissident. It's going to trigger the Wurmlet. Food token's also cool for life gain, that's survivability. Furthermore, cards from exile will trigger Nalaar, and when we cast them, we can also now put those +1 counters on Anim Pakal, right? Working very, very nice together as complementary synergies. Breaking away from that, we also have the Skrelv. This is an artifact. Mite will trigger the Dissident and the Wurmlet, which is really cool, and it can protect your Chef, Inti, Nalaar, and Pakal, right? 1 mana, 1/1, toxic 1, can't block, can pay 1 Phyrexian white, choosing a color, giving a creature under your control hexproof from the chosen color until the end of turn, as well as not being able to be blocked by that color, which is really cool, right? So protection as well as evasion, for us here. And then, you know, kind of like as a finishing touch, the Salvager, a 3 mana 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, create a 3/3, which is decent. You know, that's an artifact. And then for 2 mana, we can tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature token that we control, and they're going to gain trample. So, you know, this is pretty cool, right? We're going to put down a bunch of gnomes at once, a bunch of Thopters at once, and then instead of 1/1s, they can be 2/2s, they can maybe be 3/3s, which is decent. You know, it's not our main focus, but it's something that we can definitely pop off with. And then we've got some removal in the deck. Annie joins up, 5 damage, we've talked about that. Soul Partition, acting both offensively and defensively for us for 2 mana at instant speed, exiling non-land permanent. As long as it remains exiled, it can be replayed. If it's your opponents, they have to pay 2 additional mana, which is fine. We don't get taxed, so we can kind of like bounce our things and then play that back from exile, because it is going to be in exile, right? So that can further trigger Nalaar while protecting something of our own. Maybe a field wipe is going to hit, or we take our opponent's thing, right? So it's nice. And then Torch the Tower, 2 damage, creature planeswalker. If we bargain it, which is sacrificing maybe a food token, 3 damage plus a scry instead, which is pretty decent, right? At instant speed, of course. So that's the deck. The Thicket is here for consistency with the Brushland, the Vantage with the Forge, the Forest with the Gorge, right? Keeping it really nice with our mana base here, as we don't want to be slow. It's kind of like an aggro deck on 2.1 average, supported by 22 lands, but it has the potential to go mid-range through its value generation, which is really cool, right? So Annie can double up the Street Chef, which is really nice. It can double up Inti, which is really good. And then, you know, doubling Nalaar and Anim Pakal is absolutely bonkers as far as I'm concerned. So a really fun deck, you know, not losing any cards to rotation, which is great. And we're ready to, you know, look at the spoilers that are coming out and maybe add some new bangers to the list. Cheers. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord, kick back, relax, and let's play some Magic. Going first, keeping 7. Land looks really nice. Quite cooperative, if you will. Teething Wurmlet. Inti? I think, just in case we get, well, let's try this. I guess in theory we still maybe should have played the mountain, because now we're forced to play land before the Inti trigger. So if we do draw land, I guess that would be suboptimal. Worth discussing. It's so minor, but, you know. Still. Do-do-do-do-do. Dimir. Black and blue. It's always fun to play against. Okay, goodbye, Inti. I guess we should have played you first. So sad. I don't think it's a tough decision. Top decking Anim Pakal, of course. Bro. Bro. Is that a tough decision, chat? No. Give me my Inti back. They will not allow it. 3/1/1s. Well, 4/1/1s. This is quite the match. Yeah. I would assume like another land into a Gix. Yeah. Removal? Whatever. Better double down on it at least. 2 removal spells? Here, I'm cooked. Boiled, baby. Ledger? I'll allow it. I mean, that's still not great. I mean, we push it to 2. Toss a land just for the +1 counter, right? No. That's so sad. That's what you get for being greedy. Straight up burn, dude. It would have been a perfect top deck. Yeah. Yeah. Removal on Inti. It's high priority. I get it. I can't believe that is so sad. I'm not sure I can convey that in a quality manner. They are really taking their time here. This is like World Finals. 200K on the line. Got to get that W. I don't want a double spell. And I should use... It's just a straight up just discard with Inti, right? Launch a strong land. Oh, man. It's going to be gross. Typically, I would just play it. But the Shredder's really good. Right, we can't double cast. So let's get some value without a cast. This is probably just going to force single target. Bro, come on. Are they full controlling us? It kind of feels that way, yes. Or they've got something, which is likely. It feels like the priorities are passing very slow, though. Yes. Fantastic. But wouldn't you know that you're going to make that decision end of turn anyways? So wouldn't, like, all the passes before that be, like, you know, a little bit expedited in comparison? One would assume. Ooh, I play shoulder. Now I'll be really quick. Classic. You'd see people do that a lot once they get the advantage. So this is actually kind of nice with our field state. All in all, I mean, it's not great. But hey, maybe we'll get some good stuff going here. You remember that time that we threw away our best card on curve? Yeah, that was cool. Core memory. Would you like me to tell you what to do, opponent? Stop it. Don't be a bully. Let them figure it out for themselves, dude. It's a discovery process, yo. That's where let them have some fun. Learning is cool now. A little bit of life gain. Let's push you up. Just so Shieldred goes away. Oh, whoops. We did one too many. They have a nice board state. Stop it. Oh, I'm Shieldred. We know. Looking forward to you staying with us for, what is it? Another year? Atraxa stays as well. Yep. Lots of cool stuff.
No secret is safe from me.
Some stuff does leave, though. Ledger Shredder. The Trespasser Kato. Bat stays.
Our eyes are everywhere.
Are you convoking? No. Sorry, attack phase. I've gone blind. Nice. Oh, are you kidding me? Lovely. Yeah. I mean, the food is nice just to, like, gain life, I guess, too, right? Now, also, at what point do we start throwing down? Just to rid ourselves of that Shieldred? Isn't that how you're defending Shieldred, though, HGG? Kind of is. Third Wurmlet's actually quite good. I wish, imagine if we had an Pakal in play and maybe an Inti. That's magic, though. You always don't get your way. Our opponent seems to be getting their way, though. Okay, I mean, okay. I don't even know what this does. Draw and discard. So that's good. It's a 3/3 with menace. That's also good. Da-da-da. For 2 mana, not bad. It's good to see a budget card. Oh, Shieldred. Classic. I'm worried that they just have like backup copies, you know? You're going to be disappointed, my friend. But conniving, shouldering, it's ridiculous. No, nice. Yeah, cool. I mean, the flyers can hit. The bro can hit. I can't block it, which is kind of crazy. I mean, if they just need the trigger, why, you know? Just to draw with Kato. No discard needed, no?
There's no secret I can't uncover.
I think we still sack the food just to keep up with Shelly. Death Touch isn't too important. We're already the strongest on board. Are you kidding me? That's all I draw is land. That's my 3rd land in a row. It's a good thing we've got it from exile. Jeez Louise. Well, I don't want to let them just draw forever. I gotta swing on the Planeswalker. They're gonna block with Shouldered and just play another copy of it, though. And I don't like that. What else are we doing, though? Like, how does this play out otherwise? I get Trample. I pull Inti and have Trample on the 8/8 instead. That's a tough decision. I'd love to... In chat, what do I do? You know, should I hold out? Try to... Oh, that's good. Try to find my Trample? Or just, like, sacrifice it? Like, I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't think we can really wait out too much. It's a good thing we've got the life gain. If they start removing stuff, then that's problematic. But at the same time, they could have not only a backup of Shelly in hand, they could also have backup of Kaido or whatever. So it's like, ah! I'm going to try to power up. Push up this other Wurmlet. This is not draw, which is great against Shelly. It's keeping us in game. This is also not draw, which is great. Probably double casting into the Shredder, which is going to suck. I have my own removal as well, too, right? Like, Annie joins up. Where are you? The bats. The bats. They have flying in life gain. Oh, there's that second Shelly. So this is going to be pretty telling whether they keep it or throw it. If they throw it, they've got one in hand. If they keep it, they don't. Well, they do now. Ah. Ah. Maybe they want 3. That'll give you the shakes. Maybe we have removal off the top. Torch the Tower is sorcery or instant? Instant. I'm going to look for it. Yeah. What do we get? Yeah. As written. What's she doing over there, Willis? Having some fun. What are you doing? Playing shoulder, trying to play shouldered, anyways. Yeah, 25 life, baby. Let's go. Shredder triggers, which is never great, but what do you do? Draw shielded, throw shielded. Counter magic? Protection? What are you doing, Willis? Okay. Okay. I'm impressed. Did that Shredder trigger on our second cast as well as their second cast, question mark? And is that appropriate, second question mark? I think it might be. I never seen that before. Lord have mercy. It's a good match. They're at 43 life now, holy. I think we take our Inti. Maybe the Shredder would have been good. Like, this is nice, but I guess in theory I have other Intis to draw. They did have a backup Shelly. I have nothing to discard for trample. Double trigger. Okay. Where's another Anim Pakal or something, right? This is an entertaining match, to say the least, though. I don't know how we're still alive, but, you know, we out here, homie. Woo! I have no, like, oh my god, our 36, they have 32. Oh, man. Nice, that's a lot of life gain. Woof. We have a lot of life as well. Up to 27 now with 5 food tokens. Okay. I see you, homie. I see you. I mean, they're doing it just as well as we are, right? Maybe better, actually. We have double trample. They found removal. No, 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 no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Pretty please? Like a child asking for ice cream. Okay, in for 6. In for 2. The life gain's nice, right? Why, 49 is just like, let's get up to 51, baby. And then drawing more, which is great. Okay, we're at 25. They're going to go up to, what, 53? What you doing, Willis? You're going to force draw? You're insane. Yeah. I mean, we're on the edge of dead. They have enough life that they're not really threatened. Don't touch it. Don't you touch my Inti! I worked really hard to get that back, okay? You leave him alone! Rude. Rude! I hope you're pleased with yourself. I guess I should have taken Ledger Shredder. Because it's saving them, right? It's converting so many draws here for them. It's what's winning the game. I don't know. Whatever. Sure, dude. But wait, there's more. There's more. Yeah. Oh, shred away. Shred Adelphia, dude. They're at 27, I'm 35. For those unaware, why we're double triggering is Annie joins up. Legendary creatures trigger secondary time under our control. I have so many food tokens. Can't wait to chow down. Oh, Shieldred. Did I do a thing? I think I did a bit of a thing. But wait, there's more. Should we push the Mite up too? Maybe. We're actually catching up to them in life. This is very rock and roll. You can take your Shouldered and get on out of here. Look at that. I wanted to finish this match. Like, I'm having some fun now, baby. Let's go. Casual 11 food tokens. 56 life. I think they were threatened that we were going to pass them in life. That's why they quit. They're like, oh, you can't, you're never going to reach my life total. Good game, homie. Thank you so much. Oakley dokley. I was pretty sure we were going to lose that game. Oh, man. What a match. We got to see the deck in its entirety, except for Anim Pakal. Now, I'm going to leave that for you to discover, right? I think it would be better because it is really a lot of fun as, you know, specifically if you have Annie in play. And unfortunately on that match, we didn't have it. I'm a little bit, you know, constrained for time, unfortunately. But if you can double, like we've seen it doubling all the other things, which is great, but the double golems, when you've stacked like 5-6 counters on it, is crazy, right? And even sometimes double stacking counters on it with the chef, with Inti, which is really cool. So we can get it, you know, up and above where most players typically would, and then double triggering itself, which is absolutely insano. Furthermore, making like 15 golems in a turn on top of that Dissident is insane, specifically if you've applied Trample to the creature. Okay? So that is, you know, the dream line. An Impacol doubling with Annie joins up, and then give it Trample, make 1 billion tokens, and the Dissident will send it to the moon. You hit for lethal. Okay? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I've got some other things I'd like to talk about, though. HGG, it's almost like you build your own decks. Imagine. The Cage could be good. I don't think we have anything expensive enough that we're looking to free cast it, though. It is being cast from Exile, and it does supply +1 counters. Worth consideration, not to mention, it's an artifact, HGG. The Daring Traveler, pretty decent. You know, the ability is nice. Creating maps, those are artifacts. Pretty decent for us as well. So something I wouldn't actually mind seeing in the deck. Maybe the Salvager is replaced with this potentially. Plot on 1, Nalaar on 2, with an free plot from Exile. What? That could be cool. That's potential. That's potential. Bristly Bill, if you wanted to solely focus on +1 counters and drop the Exile. I like the Exile, though. I think it really adds a lot, and they are complementary, which I've been trying to do recently within my deck, so it's not just like a one-note thing, because it's very easy to pick apart, specifically once someone learns your deck list at that point. The Bodyguard, Protection, Indestructible, +1. Could be good. Probably not really worth it, though. I wanted to put the Matterweaver in deck, but it just felt a little slow. You know, and we kind of already have that deck built. And it was weird, like, so we have these 2 Naya artifact decks that are entirely different, but both equally as cool as far as I'm concerned. The Wurmlet is a common denominator within maybe the Worm for ban. I'm just kidding. This Teething Wurmlet is absolute gas, though. Specifically, once rotation hits and Luminarch Veteran's gone. Resolve would be bonkers. You know, that would probably give you lethal as well, but isn't that just like a win more maybe at that point? Tumblewag can put a bunch of +1 counters, but not legendary. Maybe a little slow. The Mentor, whenever a token enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on it. That would send this straight to the moon. And then when it attacks, another target attacking creature gets XX, where X is its power. Now, you could put this at the bottom of your stack. So this would be really good. It would go up, and then its ability would trigger as it's already high, pushing something else up quite high. Now, honestly, this is good and maybe should be played in lieu of the Salvager as well. Think about it. Think about it. We're going to test with it as well. Samet would give us crazy draw, but I don't want to deck ourselves. We already have, you know, a lot of card advantage in the deck. The King can push up the team, which is decent, but why not just play Resolve at that point? I guess this pushes up everyone, but we already push up everyone pretty good. So I don't know. Probably not worth it. double tokens with Mondrek. So we're doubling with Annie, and then both of Annie's triggers get doubled. I'm thinking about it. The Sovereign, you know, cool, but probably just a little slow for us. And Virtue didn't make the cut. We actually ended up dropping that as well. For the Street Chef is what took its place, if you're interested. You know, just more card advantage, better synergy. And then, you know, double tokens. Sure, why not triple tokens with Hajar? The art won't show up, which is kind of crazy, but it's just too expensive, I think. That's the deck list. I'd love your input. Hit me up in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you ever want to share your own deck, the Discord remains open. Both the deck list and our Discord invite link via the link tree are available in the description below. Have an absolute magical day. Looking forward to seeing you all soon in the next. Take care.